What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a hot minute since I have recorded anything. I actually recorded a full get ready with me anniversary edition because my anniversary was last weekend. So I filmed the whole thing and I was 70% done editing it, and I went into my phone and deleted some videos because I wanted to free up some storage space. Hashtag first world problems. When I went back to edit my video in iMovie, my entire project was deleted because I had accidentally deleted a few of those videos. So I was so incredibly bummed because I had spent so long editing it and I was really excited about the look that I had for my anniversary. So I am super depressed about that. But I have some good news because I am excited about today's video, and I will be reviewing the Younique Mineral Touch Skin Perfecting Concealer, and the shade that I have here is Organza. My amazing friend Lauren, she is a Younique presenter, and she sent me this little guy to review. This is one of their best-selling products, so I was so honored that she asked me to review it. So I'm going to start the first part of the video with a very quick demo. I'm going to show you guys how I use this to conceal my blemishes, also to conceal some darkness on my under eye area. And then the last part of the video, I'm going to be giving you guys my first impressions on this product, and then I will also have my July favorites for you guys. So if you would like to see all of that, then just keep watching. So first, I already primed my face with the Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Primer. I will be talking about this at the end of the video. So I already have my face primed. I'm going to go in with the Younique Mineral Touch Skin Perfecting Concealer, and I have learned that a little bit goes a long way. The tiniest amount on the back of my palm. I'm going to be taking the e.l.f. Professional Concealer Brush. Looks just like this. As you can see, I do have several smaller blemishes. Had a really bad breakout a few days ago, and now my face is on the mend. This concealer is going to go on a little bit lighter, but it does oxidize after several minutes. It dries a lot darker, so don't let that scare you at first. It will blend. Taking a little bit of that concealer, and I am applying this to all of my little problem areas. And that was actually the perfect amount. I didn't really need much e.l.f. To buff that in, I'm going to use the e.l.f. small stipple brush, just like this, and I am just going to lightly dab that into the skin. I have actually found for me that it's really easy to over blend, and when I say over blend, I mean just blend it into the skin to where it like vanishes. And since this goes on underneath a foundation, I have found to kind of under blend, so not where it's blended all the way in and flawless, but it's kind of still a little bit patchy, and that's what I prefer. So when I go back in with my foundation, and my foundation, I'm pressing it into the skin, it doesn't kind of mess up what I've already done with the concealer, if that makes sense. So you see how it's still a little patchy? That's kind of what I want to go in with my foundation. So it does look a little crazy uneven right now, but the concealer does oxidize and it does blend in with the skin tone. So don't worry there. Gonna go in with my Urban Decay Naked Skin foundation in shade 6.0. And with my Real Technique sponge, I am going to blend that all in. So there you go. My skin tone is nice and even. Okay, so I'm gonna do some more makeup off camera, and then I'm gonna come back and show you guys how I conceal my under eye areas using the Younique concealer. Okay, so I got my eye makeup done. Now I'm going to go conceal my under eye area. I'm going to use a small dot again, and to apply that to my face, I'm going to use my e.l.f. Tapered foundation brush, and I'm going to dip into that and kind of dot it all under my under eye area. And now instead of blending it all the way in with this brush, I'm going to actually use my Real Technique sponge. And this is a tip that I learned on Jaclyn Hill's YouTube a couple videos ago. So she said she applied the actual product onto her face with a brush and then partially blended it out, but then she really buffed everything out with a sponge, so it actually blended more seamlessly into the skin. So that is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to lightly bounce that into the skin. Okay, that's all blended out. Now I'm going to set that using the NYX Finishing Powder in shade Banana, and I'm going to use an e.l.f. blush brush to set that in. I will also be using this as a highlight, as a part of a highlight and contour video. So I will keep you guys posted on when I plan to film that video, but it should be coming out within the next month or so. I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup off camera, and then I will be right back. Okay, I have on all my makeup, and I'm gonna tell you guys my 100% honest thoughts on this Younique Mineral Touch Skin Perfecting Concealer. Pro number one, I love the coverage, like love the coverage. I have never used anything that had quite the full amount of coverage that you get with this. It is amazing. Second pro, I love the formula. It's so easy to work with. It blends in beautifully, and the finish is, well, that's pro number three, I guess. I love the finish of this. Now, I obviously set it with a NYX finishing powder, and I did use primer, but the finish of this on its own, I have used this in the past without any primer, without any foundation, without any setting powder, and over time it doesn't get too greasy or oily. This stays in place all day. Another pro is it's super comfortable when you're wearing it. Like, I've worn full coverage stuff before, and you can actually feel it just sitting there on top of your skin. And this, it doesn't feel like I am wearing anything on my skin. My foundation is the same way, so I would definitely notice if this felt very heavy or cakey, but I definitely don't get that with this. So yeah, I love the coverage, I love the formula, I love the finish, I love the feel, and I cannot praise this enough. Hands down, my absolute favorite concealer that I've ever tried. As far as cons go, I don't really have any cons with this product. The only thing I wish I would have realized is the fact that it oxidizes. It dries a few shades darker, so keep that in mind when you're checking this out. I would say have a shade of this for your skin tone for concealing any blemishes, and then go considerably lighter with the concealer if you want to use it for highlighting. That way it stays very light and it's brightening on your skin. I give this Younique concealer 10 stars out of 10 or 5 stars out of 5. I'm a little confused with my rating systems, but yes, definitely my favorite concealer that I've tried, and I highly recommend this to you guys. If you are interested in purchasing this product, I will have a direct link for you guys down below in the description box, so definitely check it out. There are also a lot of other amazing Younique products, so be sure to check those out too while you are on the site. I do have several July favorites that I want to share with you guys. The first product is the Becca and Jaclyn Hill face palette. I got this several weeks ago when it first launched in Sephora. So I picked this up. I was in the market for some new blushes, some new highlighters, so I figured, hey, got all that in this one palette, so I'm gonna try it. So again, there are two highlighters that you get, the Champagne Pop, the Prosecco Pop, and then you have the 3 blushes down here. And I have used all of these pans considerably, so I've had a lot of time to experiment with them. And first of all, I am just so surprised of how pigmented these Becca blushes are. With my skin tone, I really like pigmented blushes. I'd rather lightly dip into a pan and apply it on my cheek and be like, whoa, pigment, than having to build and build and build and build that I've had in the past with other blushes. So absolutely love the blushes. The highlighters are to die for, hands down the best highlighters I've tried. I'm actually wearing the Prosecco Pop on my cheekbone right now, and I don't know if you can tell on camera, but the highlight with this formula is a super wet look, almost like your face is wet, but with highlight, if that makes sense. I have been using this palette up so much. My very first video I did with this, I told you guys I would update you on how I liked it, and guys, This is amazing. So that is my first July favorite. My second July favorite I got in my Ipsy bag. It is the Model Launcher Eyeliner Pen in shade Emerald Isle. So it's actually like a green tip. I am wearing it on my eyes today. I use it as a wing eyeliner. Hopefully you guys can see the shade of this, but I actually was very surprised about how much I like this. I've worn it several times since the first time I tried it. I just love the pop of color that it gives me. My third July favorite is the NYX Tame and Frame Tinted Brow Pomade. I'm not really sure how you pronounce that, but just bear with me. So this is the packaging that it comes in, and I'm going to show you the inside. I got the darkest shade that they had. It is this shade black, and they only have 5 shades to choose from, and this is the darkest shade that they had. But I have been experimenting a little bit with this, and I am wearing it on my brows today, so I'm gonna zoom you guys up again. And I will not lie, this product is very intimidating to me, and when it goes on super bold, and I've only tried this a few times. I am not experienced with it yet, so I'm not super comfortable doing a tutorial or anything like that, but I will say that I really like it on days when I want to go for a more dramatic makeup look. Then this is definitely something I would go for. A few times I've worn it, it does stay in place all day, and I'm really happy with that. So once I get the hang of this a little bit better, I will be filming a brow tutorial for you guys. I already did a part 1, and this is probably going to be the part 2. But yes, my third July favorite. Next, I have a few primers that I am seriously in love with. Now, the first one I showed you earlier in the video, and that is a Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Face Primer with the coconut water. I got this from my Ipsy bag for July as well, and this is just about gone. It's a small sample size, but I have used this a lot, and each time I've used it, I've really noticed how well my makeup adheres to my face, and it does last all day. And of course, this is super moisturizing on my face. When I use a few of my other primers, I can tell at the end of the day my face is not as moisturized. Another primer I love is a tiny sample size I got in one of my Ulta purchases, and that is the Smashbox Photofinish Foundation Primer. This is amazing. I think I actually like this primer better than this primer. However, this is a little bit pricier. This is something that I would definitely purchase if I wasn't on a budget. I really enjoyed how flawless it made my makeup come out. It really does blur your imperfections, and your foundation just goes on so seamlessly. And it makes your face feel super velvety and smooth, and I just loved every single thing about it. The last July favorite that I have for you guys is the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush, and I just purchased this from my Walmart. I believe it was $3. Actually, I first bought this as a huge blending brush for my eyeshadow. So I was using it for my eyeshadow, and I noticed it just applied like a dream, and I really loved it. And then one day I was applying my highlight, and I had been using this old raggedy brush for my highlight, but then I got the idea to use this foundation brush to apply it, and I went in with my highlight and I was applying it, and it looked so much better, and it was so much easier to apply my highlight with it. So ever since that day, I have been applying my highlight with this e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush, and I absolutely adore it. Now I'm going to be picking up a second one to use to blend out my eyeshadow, but this is the perfect blush to apply highlight, especially if you're on a budget. This is like $3. You really can't beat that. So yeah, highly recommend. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. That is everything. That was my full review of the Younique concealer and my 5 July favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And also, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe to see more videos like this. Leave me some feedback down in the comments below. Let me know what videos you guys would like to see. You can also find me on my Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. That is all Mix and Match Mel. Thank you guys for following along with me today, and I will see you in my very next video.